Hello, namaste, and welcome, my friends. Today we are going to learn how to use a React Native library called React Native Paper, and then we are going to create our custom theme for our app, which is this, and we will also learn how we can toggle between dark mode and light mode. Okay, so that's the simple goal of our app today. We just going to use few components from React Native Paper, and we'll see how we can apply our own custom theme on React Native Paper and create this toggle button to switch between dark mode and light mode. So if you guys are interested and ready, let's learn. Okay, so let's start with creating a new project, and for that we are going to run npx create Expo app at latest, and we will give our project a name, maybe React Native Paper practice. Okay, so in the meantime the packages are getting installed. Let's open React Native Paper. Okay, and there's the library. Let's go to docs, and here you can see there are many beautiful components provided by this library. Okay, so we will start from here. Let's open our Expo router documentation as well. Okay, so we will need this as well. So now let's go and install the packages which are required, like this one. First we have to go inside the project folder, React Native Paper practice, and here we have to run the installation. Okay, after that we are going to need this. Now we don't need this because Expo is going to take care of that. We also have Expo icons, and finally here you can see we need to add this. Basically it's going to required for the production, but still let's open a code editor. Okay, and let me increase the file size so you can okay. So let's go inside Pebble config, and here we have this, right? We just have to copy this part, and after preset we will copy paste this. Okay, now it's showing how we can use it. So before that, what I like to do is, let me open the terminal. Let's open our app first and see if we have any problems. Okay, and also I like to add dot Prettier rc.json. Okay, and here I'm going to paste this. So basically what it do is going to format our code whenever we write. Okay, so in case your code is getting formatted properly, you don't need this, but for my configuration I'm going to need this. But in case it is not working for you, then you can follow these steps. Okay, then go to settings, and here you have to type Prettier. So basically here in config path, you have to mention this .prettier.rc, and also in, if you search for ORM formatting, here you just make it format on save, okay, or format on paste. So basically it's going to format our code whenever we paste a new code or save our code. Okay, so with that, our Prettier is configured. Let me close this. Okay, now let's try to run the app and see. Okay, so I will say npm run Android. So there are some errors, no problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run npm run start. Okay, so if you don't have emulator, in that case you can use your phone, install the Expo app, and scan this QR code, and the Expo app will open your app inside that. Else you can come here, copy this, enter it manually, okay, and connect. So that's it. So right now there is ton of configurations, but we don't need that. We'll start from scratch. So I will just close this, and if we go in package.json, here we have a script to reset the project, and now we can say npm run reset project. Okay, so what it's going to do, it's going to clean up everything, just keep the minimum configuration which we need, move the previous file into example. So I'm not going to need that, so I'm going to remove it. If you want to keep it for reference, you can keep that. Okay, second thing, it's going to create these two new files with very bare minimum configuration. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to change this to JS because I'm going to use JavaScript and not TypeScript. So you can do that. Also, if you want to remove TypeScript configuration, so if you're not planning to use TypeScript, then you can remove that. Okay, and now I also like to keep my files in a directory called src. So here basically we are going to keep all the files and folders which are written by us. So I'm going to do that. Also the components inside src, we are going to have some const as well, hooks as well. So whatever the previous hooks we have, we can remove that, but we'll keep the script file outside because it have that reset project script and we don't need that. So I will keep it outside, and rest I will put everything inside the src folder. Okay, now let's try to run, and npm run start. Okay, so it is saying it is auto generated. Okay, but it's fine, we can remove that later as well. So I will just restart the project. So here we go. So we have this index file and our layout. Okay, next up, as we have already configured this, it's time for us to configure the React Native paper for our project. Okay, so for that we have to go inside layout folder, because this is the place basically from where all our projects files will be accessed by the project. Okay, so here when we configure this, it will apply for our whole project. So first of all, we need to import the provider and wrap it up on the stack. Okay, so once we wrap that up, after that we can go ahead and start using React Native paper. So let's try that. Let's go to components. Okay, and here we will go to button. Let's go inside our index file. Let's try to import that. I'm going to remove this as well, and here we'll use text from the React Native paper. Okay, and after that I will just copy this button and I will paste it after it. Okay, now you can see the button and the text is showing. Okay, but text is in very light color, so don't worry about that for now. So basically React Native paper by default accessing our device color, and I guess this is right now in dark mode, and that's why it is showing our. So if we go here in display and let's change it to light theme, and now if we see our project, you can see now we have proper text and our button. Okay, so we have theme and we are going to use that. Okay, and we will use it for our app. So let's go back to the theme provider, and basically it is telling us how we can use the theme provider. Okay, so basically it have these theme, and if we want to make any changes in the color we can do that. But let's go inside themes. Okay, and here we have use theme from React Native paper, and this is how we can apply. But we want this to be applied automatically, and for that what we can do, first of all we need to create our own theme. Okay, so basically if you change these color, it will automatically create a color theme for your complete components, all the components which are provided by React Native paper. Okay, so right now we have this light theme, and if we change it to dark theme, this the color, these are the colors which it is going to use, right? So now what we can do is let's try to use some other colors. For primary we are going to use orange, and for secondary let's try to use maybe a blue, and for tertiary we are going to use a light color, maybe yellow. Okay, so you can see now these colors are little bit changed here, and according to that it also created a set of color for the dark mode. Okay, so what we can do, we can copy that from here and use that. But if you want to change that, you can go here directly and use this color. But for now it generated the color for light mode and also generated a color theme for the dark mode. Okay, so here you can configure your theme. If you have some other colors in mind for your project, you can paste it here, 3 colors, and it will automatically change. And if you want, suppose you want something for error, some different color, you can go here and say error, and right now you can see this color is applied. And suppose I want a different red color, or let's use a green color just for fun. Okay, for errors we are going to use this. So like that, if you don't want some color, you just have to paste the name. Like if you want on color, if you want this to be changed, you can add this and then on error. Okay, here you can change this to maybe this. Okay, so on error it's going to show this color. So I don't want this to be applied. I just want these three colors to be used for our light mode and this for our dark mode. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. Okay, and here in constant, if you go inside color, this is provided by the default project which we installed initially. If we go here, and here you can see we have a light theme and the dark theme. Okay, so we have copied the object for the light theme. Let's copy this once again. Okay, and here we can remove this object and just overwrite it. Okay, so now this is applied for our light theme, and for the dark theme I'm again going to copy this object till here, copy this, and I will just overwrite it. Okay, so our color themes are ready to use. Now let's go to documentation. Now here they are suggesting how we can use this color themes. Okay, and also they are suggesting how we can update our new color theme with the old one like this. Okay, so let's copy this. What we'll do, we'll go back to layouts, because there's the root layout, and whatever changes we are going to do, it will be applied for complete app. Okay, now first thing what we will do, we are going to copy this and we'll paste it here. And as you can see here, we can use a color scheme from React Native. So basically what it's do, if we use that, so it's going to check the device current theme choice. So if your device theme is dark, then it's going to give us dark. So basically it is saying paper provider already declared. Fine, so it is already declared. Let's remove this, let's use this one. Okay, so use color doesn't exist. Okay, no problem. So let's import it from React Native. Okay, let's put it here, and now we can copy this. So basically use color theme is going to check is our device color theme is dark or light, and according to that we are going to apply dark or light theme, which we are taking from React Native paper. But we have our own color set, right? We recently created. So what we can do, we can import that, import colors from // constant / colors. Okay, and in colors we can use color dark, colors light. Okay, so basically what it is going to do, it is going to update the default theme provided by the dark theme. It's going to go for colors and it's going to update with our dark colors, and for this same, and here we are selecting that color scheme is dark, then apply dark color theme. If it is not dark, then go for the light theme. And now paper theme is ready to use, and here we can say theme equals to paper theme, and let's save this and let's go and check. So here our theme is applied. Now you can see the button color is changed, right? So in case you want to use your own colors, if you want to make any changes to the primary color, then you can definitely go and change that, but I like to keep it this way only. Okay, but still you can see our header and our background color is not applied. Okay, for that we have to change the theme of our Expo router. Okay, and for that, if we go here into theming with React navigation, so basically Expo router under the hood using React navigation only. So this is the same configuration which we need to apply there to apply our theme on the React navigation. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to import this as well. We'll import this, and after that now this theme, basically this theme and this theme have different structure, and we need to merge that so our navigation can use its properties from the same object, and our React native paper can also use the color properties from the same object. Okay, so we need to merge that basically, and first of all we have to adopt it, and for that we will use adopt navigation theme. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, and here outside of your component, here I will paste this. Okay, and here we got light theme and dark theme. Okay, now we already imported React Native paper, we have that, so let's move this to React Native paper, so we don't need to import it again and again. Let's remove this line, and now we got these theme adopted. Okay, now we can merge that, and for that we need this deep merge dependency, so let's install that quickly. So from the terminal I'll install deep merge, and we are using material design 3, so we are going to use this, and now we can say combine default theme, just copy this. Okay, and paste it over here, and we also have to import the import merge deep, so I'm going to import it over here. Now we have the combined default theme and combined dark theme, and I guess if we copy it from here and change this and copy this from here and change this, and let's see now. Okay, so it's not getting applied, so what we can do, before merging we will update our colors. Okay, so what I can do, I can say cons custom dark theme. Okay, and cons custom light theme, and here I will destructure it dot md dark theme. Okay, and I will copy this to colors. Okay, and also I will copy this. So basically dot 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 empty light theme to light colors. Okay. Now as we have changed the colors for light and dark, now we can use these custom themes and apply it over here. Sorry, dark theme and light theme. And now as we have merged it, I think now we can remove this and we will say for this, I think we will say combine default theme, and here we will combine dark theme. Okay, and now it is changed. So basically there is an error. So I guess after installation I didn't restart it, our app. So let's restart it and let's try to press A. Not working. Then let's try to reload from here. And now it is connected and trying to load our project. Okay. So there is some problem because it is still showing the old configuration and it should be a new configuration. So what we have done wrong, we have to figure it out. Dark theme and dark theme, light theme. Okay. So basically what we are doing, we have custom colors. So basically we are taking these colors and we are overwriting this here. So what we have to do is we have to overwrite the light theme with the light theme and overwrite the dark theme with our custom dark theme. And now if we save, now you can say it is applied, and little bit of navigation also changed, I guess, not sure. So for that I will just try to switch the colors to the black theme, to the dark mode. Let's click it and display dark mode. See, okay, so this is the dark mode. Yes, there is one more step, it is remaining. So basically the step which is remaining is React Native Paper is providing the theme for all the components which are there. And if we want to apply the same theme for React navigation, basically Expo navigation, we have to use a, from React navigation, we can use theme provider. Okay, and just wrap it after the provider, theme provider, and this is showing us error. Basically we have to use value over here, and let's save this, and here we go. It is the dark theme, and now we can switch to the light theme. Switch, and there's the light theme. Okay, now let's try to add a tab over here. Okay, and for that we are going to create a folder, and under parentheses we have to give tabs. Okay, so Expo router is a file based router. Okay, so you don't have to configure the React navigation like configurations, And here you just have to create the files, and the router will be get configured according to the file structure you have providing. Okay, so I guess you already know that, and that's why we have underscore layout over here and index.js over here. So now let's add two files over here, and we have to create an index inside this. And what I will do, I will just copy everything from here, okay, and put it into this index, because now we are going to remove this one, right? Let's remove this. Once I remove this layout is not able to see the index file, and basically it is looking for the index file because of this configuration. And rather than this, what we have to do is we have to use the tabs. Okay, and if I save this, no router name tabs exist. So basically it is there, but right now I think it needs an refresh. So tabs, and also I will say options equals to header shown to false, so we can avoid the double headers. Now inside index, as we have this, we also have to create a layout. So I will say underscore. It's important to give underscore in the layout file. Okay, and here we have to import tabs from Expo route. Okay, and I will say export default function, and I will name it tab layout. Okay, and I will return tabs from here, and here I will say tabs dot screen name equals to index, and let's give some options. Let's see this first. Okay, now we have one tab over here and index is showing. Okay, and here if we give options, and there's the configuration object, here we can give title to home. Okay, if we save this, now the title is changed, and here also in the tab bar you can see the title is changed to home. Next we can add an icon, so I will import icons, and for that you can refer a site Expo icons, and here if you click on here you can choose all kind of icons you like, and I'm going to choose feathers, and I will search for home. Okay, I will copy this first, I'll paste it here, and now we can, let's copy this as well. We can say tab bar icon, and we can pass it as end callback, and I will paste the icon over here. You can see the color. We can get the color by the structure over here. So it will give us the color from the theme. and here I will pass that color. And once I save this, you can see our theme color is applied. Okay, that is cool. Now let's create one more tab because one tab is making no sense, right? So inside tabs, I'm going to create a new file and I will call that file, let's call it settings.js, and functional component for styles, and let's call this as settings settings. Okay, let's save that, and here you can see automatically our setting is created. Okay, still we didn't make any configuration for settings, but still it is showing, and there is no icon, that's why this box is showing. So what we can do quickly, we can go over here, let's duplicate this and let's give the name settings, and here I will say setting, and in the icon name I will say settings, and save. And now a setting icon is showing, and now we can switch between. Okay, if you don't want the header, you can give those options and everything is looking fine now. Okay, so let's add few components to this and make this screen little bit meaningful. Okay, and let's go over here and I will go to here. Let's add some card. Okay, so for that we have to copy this, and let's go to index. I will paste it here. I'll copy these. Already these both are here, so I will just remove this from here. Okay, and let's copy this card. And inside container, I will remove everything and I will put it here. I will remove this justified content thing from here. Remove this, and we have some extra arrows over here. And here we go. You can see the card is showing, but we need some padding. So let's give some margin around the container. Margin to be 16. Okay, now our card is showing in between. Okay, so I'll just move this here. Now this is looking much better, right? So also I don't need this card title. I'll just, no, not that one, but this one. Okay, I don't need this. Here we will just show some lorem ipsum. I'll say lorem. Enter. Save this. Here we go. Okay, now let's see how this is looking in dark mode. Okay, so I will quickly go here and in display, click, and there's the dark mode. Okay, still our color scheme is not that great, but it's fine. Okay, let's change this a little bit. Okay, this is fine. Now every time we have to move to the settings, change the device color mode to dark and light. So let's create a button for our app. So what we want is, from the settings, we will have a button over here which we click, and the color mode will be changed for our app only. Okay, Okay guys, so behind your back, I went and created the screen, and unfortunately my recording was stopped. But no problem, the code is not much difficult, it's pretty simple code. So what I did is I imported button and text from React Native paper, okay, and I added a button and a text. So basically this is the text, and I gave the variant to headline small, which is giving us this large headline, okay, and I gave some margin vertical, so it provide us margin from up and down, okay. And after that I created this button. Basically it have a icon, repeat, okay, and after that we also have mode content, okay. So if we say content, that's why it is content, and we can change this mode. We have elevated, outline, text, tone, tonal. Let's see this, how this looks. So this how it looks. Let's see what other options we have. Let's check outline. So this is the outline. I like the outline one, but let's see what else we have. Elevated. So elevated is little bit elevated from, you can see a shadow around the button, right? And what we have other, we also have text. So text is basically just text, right? Yeah. So I will like to go with, let's go with outline one, right? So this is our button now. If I click press, you can see it is pressing. And finally, we have our container. I gave some inline style here, just some margin around the screen. So we have some margin around the screen, and that's all we have for the setting screen. Now, what we have to do on the press, we want to change the theme from dark to light and light to dark. Okay, and for that, what we have to do, first we will go into our root layout. Okay, so basically root layout is the one which is outside the tabs. Okay, we have one underscore layout inside the tabs, but we have to go here because this is the main root layout. So whenever we call it root, means the topmost directory. Okay, inside this all our components are going through, so whatever we apply here will apply to all the components. So what we are going to do here, we are using the color scheme which is detecting the device color and giving us that, okay, this is dark, so we are applying the dark mode. If it is not dark, then we are applying the light mode. Okay, now we want that button to switch this. Okay, so what we can do is we have to create a hook. So basically, if we go into hook directory, we have few hooks already over here, and we are not going to use those. So what I will do, I will just go ahead and remove those hooks. Fine. And inside hook, now this empty directory, I'm going to create a new hook called use. So rule number one of creating any hook, this is a custom hook we are creating, but even this is a hook and it's a custom hook, we have to name the file use theme, because we are not returning any JSX from here. We are returning some functions or functionalities or state. Okay, and here we will go ahead and create. So basically we are not going to need this, so I'm just going to remove that. And I think we can also skip this part and directly export it. So you can create a normal function as well. So or else you can use a arrow function over here. Fine. And also we are not going to need any component from React Native, but we are going to need use state and use effect. So let's quickly import it. Use state and use effect. Okay. And we also going to need something from Expo router, and that something is two hooks which are provided by Expo router. One is use router and use global search params from Expo router. Okay. So basically using these two, I forgot a comma over here. Using these two, we can set the param and we can access the param globally. Okay. So that's why we are using this. So we can set the param on our router and we will access that param using global search params, and we we will make changes to that and manage that in a use state. Okay, so how we are going to do that? First of all, let's create a constant called router equals to use router. Then we can use constant, and that will be use global search, const from use global search params, and we will destructure a color scheme. So basically we are going to set a color scheme over here. Okay, and we will call it global color. Okay, and then we will create a use state which will have the color scheme, and let's call it local, so we can avoid any confusions. And set, let's make the L capital, set local color scheme. Okay, and here we can say if this is a color scheme or if color scheme is empty. So initially, because we are not setting anything, so it will be empty. Then we are going to use dark. Okay, so local color scheme initially will be dark. After that, we are going to use a use effect, and let's call a callback over here, and we are going to use one dependency as well. Here we are going to give one condition. Basically, first we will check, do we have a global color scheme? Okay, so initially it will be empty, and that global color scheme is not equals to local color scheme. Okay, so these should be different. If these two are different, then we are going to set the local color scheme to the global color scheme. Okay, now how it's going to work, we are going to see that. And whenever there is any changes in global color scheme, so we will put this into dependency, then this will again run, and when it is changed, so definitely it's going to check this is changed, and it will also check that okay, this is not equals to the local color scheme, then it's going to set the new color scheme. So basically this is going to set and reset our color scheme again and again, from light to dark, dark to light. Okay, now we are going to need a function. Okay, so I will say cos toggle theme equals to, here we are going to create a condition, and so we'll say const new scheme equals to local color scheme equals to light. If local color scheme is light, then set dark, and if it is dark, then it will set to light. Okay, and we will set the local color scheme to the new scheme, so whatever the new light or dark we have, and then we are going to use router dot set params, so this is the router which we are using now to set these as a params, and here we can say color scheme to the new scheme. Now we are going to return these two things. One is toggle theme, okay, and second is color scheme from local color scheme. Okay, so basically we are going to access the color scheme from our components, and we are going to set the local theme function which is going to toggle our scheme in the button. Okay, so let's save this and let's try this. Now let's go to our settings button over here, and here I will import our theme, use theme dom dot slash hooks slash use theme. Okay, I will destructure the toggle theme from use theme, and I will provide toggle theme over here. Okay, and once that is done, we'll go to layout, and here we are going to import use theme equals to from dot slash hooks slash use theme. Okay, and this use theme will give us our initial. We are not going to use this now. I will just comment this, or let's duplicate this and comment this, and here we are going to give the use theme, and here we are going to use the color scheme. Okay, so now color scheme is accessible. So initially, if you know, we have set our color scheme to dark, and that's why this is the dark theme. And now if we go over here and say toggle theme, it is the light theme, right? And if we go, now you can see the theme is changed successfully. Now the problem is, you can see our status bar. If we change this back to the dark theme, now our status bar is looking fine, right? But when we change this, our status bar is not getting changed. And to fix that, what we can do is status bar from Expo bar. Let's, okay, so status bar. So I imported that from Expo status bar. You have to install this package. So I already installed this package, that's why I'm not trying that again. So you have to install this package, and here between paper provider and theme provider, and here we can say style equals to, and it's provide few options: dark, inverted, or light. Okay, let's try inverted. So here we go, it is working fine. Okay, let's change this. So it's still dark, right? But we want this to be changed according to our theme. So what we can do is, as we are getting our color scheme, we know that if this is dark, then use light, and if it is light, then use dark. Okay, and let's save this. Now it will change according to our theme, right? School. So that is how we fix our status bar as well. So that's all, friends, for today. I hope you have learned how to use React Native Paper for your projects to build your projects faster, and how you can apply your theme for Expo router and your components. Okay, so using React Native Paper, you can still apply your themes, and you can easily create customized UI components for your project. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and till the next video, take care and keep learning.